Welcome to the first ever episode of Brand Talkies, a cut, the BT show where we believe in uncovering the stories behind the brands you absolutely love. I'm your host, Tamanna Chanana, and today we have a very special guest with us. He's the creative genius behind Sabhyata's marketing endeavors, the one who knows how to blend tradition with trendsetting. Please join me in welcoming Chayan Verma, the head of marketing for Sabhyata. Thank you so much for taking our time, Chayan, to be as a part of the show. And his leadership has constantly delivered innovative marketing strategies and campaigns that reflect the distinctive fusion. His passion for staying ahead of the curve in ever evolving fashion industries is evident in his commitment to keeping Sabhyata fresh and relevant. Chan is a firm believer in the power of marketing to connect with customers on both online and offline platforms. He has played a pivotal role in bridging the gap between Sabhyata's physical store presence and its vibrant online presence as well. During festival seasons, Chan's knack for marketing strategies had brought to life some unforgettable campaigns. Some of them are my favorite as well. The redefining celebration and celebrate the change. These initiatives not only boosted sales, but also formed deep connections with our valued customers, leaving a lasting impression. Welcome to the show, Chan. I'm really delighted to have you here today.
Thank you, Tamanna. Thank you so much.
Okay, start
Yeah.
by having you tell about yourself, your path in the world of marketing, and where did it all begin?
Okay, so I was a finance professional. So as far as I've not studied marketing honestly, but I have a theater background
Mm-hmm.
since school and college days. And there was something in me, that was pushing me, I'm not liking all this, what I'm doing.
All
So
right.
I like joined Sabhyata around 2015
Mm-hmm.
or I think 16 I joined, and
Mm-hmm.
I actually joined as a finance professional here.
Wow.
So it was never marketing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a long story, but somehow I got into marketing. I think we started doing it in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the whole started. And I think the 2017 was the year when we launched our first ad campaign, which was a redefining celebrity in which we took Shiba Ji and one more actor.
Yeah.
That was on Mother's Day, I think we
Mm-hmm.
had launched.
Yeah.
So from there, everything started. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I got that confidence because, see, when it comes to brands,
Mm-hmm.
they are very much ROI oriented. So
That's
it
right.
was very hard to explain the brand that, how would that particular ad or would build a sense of connection. And we had to, tell them that, you have to have a relationship with your customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's always not about ROIs, but
Mm-hmm.
gradually, you can always, talk about ROS and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
first, I think the important thing is to build a certain relationship with your customer.
That's definitely true.
So I think from that particular ad, I think it all started. Because there's a lot of investment that goes into a brand ad.
Yeah.
So my fingers were also crossed that time because that was the first time. I think we were always been into theater and everything,
Mm,
but when you're in college, you don't have budgets to, experiment.
that's
But
right.
now, actually, the beauty of the campaigns that I've done, even the last one that we did with Shibaji and the other actor, so
Mm-hmm.
we do not involve any agency into it.
Oh, was it
So it's
in-house?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Oh.
have group of friends who are from SRFTIs,
Mm-hmm.
NSD,
Mm-hmm.
and because I had a theater circle in my college days.
Right.
So from the first ad itself, my senior in college, who's
Mm-hmm.
now the also the director of my films, all my films,
All right.
and now he's also a editor in like mainstream cinema. Also, his name is
Mm-hmm.
Manish. So there we started, and I think it somehow picked up because see, I personally, I mean, full thumbs up to the agencies, but I don't prefer involving any agency when it comes to creativity because I think that creativity is nothing to do with any agency or any particular firm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like a PM can be as creative as anyone in the agency. That's what
Yeah.
we believe in our company. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how we started discussing the campaigns. क्या कर सकते हैं? How can we
Mm-hmm.
involve? I mean, how can we pick small things from day to day life? How can we build that connect with the our audience, our customer base, and
Mm-hmm.
that is how it started.
Right. I think so. If it is done in-house, this was superb because I could have never expected that something that big to come from an in-house These both of these ads are personally my favorite because one of the major things that I look for is the kind of connections that we build with the end users. And
Right,
it's very
right.
realistic when we say that okay, there's a lady who wants to switch, but because she's pregnant, she won't be able to get that switch. So still those very small things, especially for the women out there, it's very important. And if you can relate to something like that, whose idea was that for the story? I would really love to know
So,
that first.
so we had to do something with the office space, that was for sure.
Yeah.
So Manish came up to me and said, I said, यार इस बार क्या बनाना है? What
Mm.
new we can do? You know, बहुत घर घर सास बहू हो गया. Now we
Hmm.
have to switch to the like office environment. And he
Yeah.
was like, let's make something which is, relatable to the working women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the idea came that, we should make something related to women working in a company and in a
Mm-hmm.
corporate environment. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, one day what happened was my wife works in a corporate, don't want to name the company.
All right.
And she was like, I mean, in my interview, they had asked me that when are you, planning your babies and all. So
Mm-hmm.
even in the big corporate, these are the questions that, come up to any women. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
you must have experienced this sometime in your career also.
Yeah.
So I think I told Manish that, bring in a pregnancy angle into it
Yeah.
because that is very relatable. And I had a discussion with my wife, and I mean, it was just a normal discussion. I never thought that, we'll
Mm-hmm.
bring it into an ad. So she told me that this is the experience that I had, and they would ask you about your future plans, your pregnancy plans, and things like that. And that's how we sat together, then worked on the story. So I have a permanent team. Like we made 4 brand ads, and change a single person. Even the director, editor, music, everything. I mean, everyone that we involve in the we have involved from
Mm-hmm.
last. I think we have made 4 brand ads now,
Yeah.
and the team is same. It's absolutely same. No changes. It's
Actually,
working for us.
yeah, that I can really relate
Yeah.
because my mom is a big fan of Sabhyata. I think so major influences because of that. So yeah, definitely.
If you ask me, it's very hard to explain the promoters that what a ad can bring up a change when it comes to the brand perception. If you ask
Right.
me, what is expected from a marketing guy is it's very difficult to explain them. But now gradually, when we are people talk about ad, people talk about Sabhyata. Now things are very much easier for me.
Yeah, good, good. I think so. Initially, there's always a phase. While I was in HT, I have faced the same thing. Everyone was like, "Tamanna, if you're working on something like this, what would be the end
Mhm.
result?" And like the results are on a later stage. You initially have to
Right,
focus on something.
right, right.
Okay, coming back to the next question. What was your aha moment in your marketing career? When everything clicked and you realized that, oh, this is gonna turn into something really big.
I think I have made 4 brand ads,
Mm-hmm.
but the last one with Shibaji, which we
Yeah.
were talking about, I
Mm-hmm.
think when I don't know, I don't remember his name. He's a ex Ogilvy guy, I guess. When he took the ad to Twitter, and then I got some responses from people that you are being organically covered in a lot of articles that this brand ad has gone viral and things like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
was really not expecting this time. I thought
Mm-hmm.
maybe the last one was better. We were a little confused. But
Mm-hmm.
when I saw the response, I
Yeah.
mean, trust me, I was in tears. Like I literally I was in tears that how can this happen? Like I
Yeah.
mean, you have biggest of brands who are in market. They have n number of budgets to play with. They can biggest of the celebrities, and with minimum budgets that we have, and
Mm.
that we had utilized for the ad, and things worked. I
Right.
think that was the best moment for me as far as my Sabhyata career is concerned.
Wow. If something like this comes up, right, those small achievements turn out to be really big because you know that you have put that kind of effort to bring something like that. And now people believe in your vision. So I think a
Yes,
marketer can have
we have spent endless nights, working on the
I can
music, the
imagine.
concept,
Yeah.
the actors.
Yeah.
Because I had a fight with my director because this casting guy told that, let's not take Shivaji again. And I thought Shivaji is the only actor that I can see that she could pull a role like that. I was very
Amazing. The
confident with
twist was so good, no one actually expected at till the end moment that she's the boss. And you're
yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah,
Is
that was the entire idea.
that was too good. That was really too good. Frankly, it
So I'll tell you one interesting story.
Mhm.
I'll tell you one interesting story. And when we were supposed to take Shibaji, the casting director was like that, anyone can easily, predict that Shibaji would be the boss. But I told him that, the actor she is, she can pull anything. I mean, she can pull off anything. Because how she was actually looking like a normal lady working in an
Yeah,
office.
exactly.
Nobody expected her to be a CEO, because generally we perceive a CEO as wearing a professional suit and things like that, right?
Hmm.
But we also wanted to portray that a women with simple ethnic dressing, or a
Yeah.
simple women can also be, I mean, anyone could be a CEO, or
Mhm.
it doesn't really matter, what you are wearing or something.
Right.
So that was the idea, the whole
Hmm.
idea behind that.
Wow, incredible. It really resonated with how the people think about a brand like Sabhyata. So these are some very small twists as marketers that we are trying to build, right? And what I'm trying to do with this podcast is not all about some email marketing campaigns or some ad campaigns. It's about the small twist and the relations that we try to bring with the end users
Right.
who are actually using our brands. So yeah, great. I think this will be my favorite one for sure.
This is
For a
my favorite one as well.
all right. Coming to the question, so there's something that I'm really fond of. Sabata has a name in the traditional space, right? And it has that kind of essence that people really resonated with a day-to-day life, day-to-day culture. Can you tell us an inspiration behind this unique blend and how it shapes your marketing strategies?
Okay, so it all started in 2003,
Hmm.
when my directors, Mr. Pankaj and Mr. Anil, had started this brand.
Right.
And very few know about it, that I think 2003, when this brand was started,
Hmm.
until 2011, we
Yeah.
only had two EBOs
All
till
right.
11. So
Mm-hmm.
there was never a vision wherein we wanted to build a brand kind of a thing. It
Mm-hmm.
was more of a, family business happening, and we have two stores, things are going fine. I mean, everything was fine. But
Mm-hmm.
I think from 2012, things picked up, and things started changing. Well, actually, the efforts of the entire team, was shaping into a great business, which is now worth 130 crores, and
Wow.
we are at 115 exclusive outlets pan India, and we have multi-brand outlets also, that which is close to 200 now. And now we have the website also, because till last year we did not have a website. So
Yeah.
I mean, the EBO business was flourishing, so we did not find a need until now. We felt that, from, I think, in 21 we had launched the website. Then
Mm-hmm.
we thought, like, we have to be in the digital world, there's no other choice.
Right.
And then things, started changing. The website started happening.
Yeah.
There were different ads that was, started
Mm.
coming. People started appreciating us.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have to change with the time. There's no other option.
That's a fact. And I still remember, you know what? I was in my hometown during the COVID times. My mom was after my life that she wanted some clothing. I said, I can't go to NCR now. I literally called people and I'm like, dude, can you please send me the photographs on WhatsApp? And that guy literally shared those pictures with me. I chose them and he shipped it. Within a span
Yeah.
of, I think so, next 2 days, we received the product. And my mom was jumping around the house. I was like, all right, my life is saved.
COVID was I mean, very, very tough time. I mean, for everyone.
Yeah,
I mean, even from the marketing point of view, and when you have limited budgets, and when you have these COVID constraints, and what would happen next, you never know.
yeah.
And when you talk about ad spends, or spending some money on marketing, and that was a, I mean, very big task for me to convince the management that we need to shed some money, and market our brand in such a way that we should relate to the COVID times, and try to give the products to the consumer at a very, very nominal price, wherein they can actually afford it,
Mm-hmm.
because the incomes were disrupted, everything was disrupted, and we wanted to, because the brand is known for I mean, you must be aware of this because it's a very economical
Yeah,
brand at the end of the day.
that's true.
Very pocket friendly, very
Yeah,
ghar ka brand, So that
exactly.
is that's how we try to, market ourselves.
And one more thing is, especially for a woman who has to go to day-to-day office, especially my mom is a teacher, right? She has to
Mm.
go and wear something which is very cotton, very soft, and the fabric should be very comfortable because, government schools don't have that
Right,
facility
right, right.
culture,
My
right?
mother is also government servant, so I can
So yeah,
easily relate
you
to
know
that.
that, right? So you have to
She
make
needs every day. You need a different outfit.
outfit and you also need
Outfit, yeah.
something that you are comfortable with. So that was
Comfortable with.
two things that she always kept saying that to me. There are two brands she absolutely loved, Biba and Sabhyata, and that has been consistent, I think so, for 10, 12 years now. Nothing has changed, but she loves both of them. So yeah,
Mm.
I know that there are people who have a similar set of choice, and I have seen people who love
Mm.
Sabhyata like anything. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have a special corner. And so thank you so much for being my first guest as well.
No, no, pleasure is all mine.
All right. Okay, before
Okay.
we start and get deeper with a lot of personalized questions on marketing, I have a buzzer round for you. All right, you have to
Okay.
answer it one word or in one sentence. Can you share
Okay.
a marketing blooper campaign that turned into a memorable success story?
I think HP. They did a campaign on Diwali. The
Mm.
Diya campaign. I think if you must have
Oh
seen that
yeah,
campaign.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
that
candle.
is actually my one of my favorite campaign.
Oh, that's a beautiful one. Yeah, it's a
Beautiful one. Yeah.
yeah, indeed. That's something that even I love. I think so most of people will relate. It's very consumer centering and it's very new.
That was the only campaign we had to compete with. Sorry, at Diwali.
Yeah, Diwali.
So
So Diwali is a tough fight for
yeah,
you, right?
tough fight for us. Yes.
Okay, second question.
Mm.
If you
Mm.
could pick any funny celebrity in your next ad campaign, who will you choose?
If I have limited budgets or like uh, budgets is
Unlimited
not the
budgets.
question.
It's a hypothetical situation.
I would take Kapil Sharma any day.
Oh wow. Yeah, that man
Any
has
day.
created a brand out of himself. I absolutely love the way he has positioned himself. Yeah.
Kapil Sharma, I mean, why Kapil Sharma?
Mm.
Reason being he's brand. Of course, he's a brand,
Mm.
but he actually has the we actually have the same audience.
Oh, is it? How?
Exactly.
Huh.
See, a
Mm.
posh corporate woman may not relate to Kapil Sharma
Mm.
as much as a working woman or a housewife could relate, and especially the middle class and upper middle class.
Yeah. And people especially go
So
and watch his shows for
especially
sure. Yeah.
right. So
Indeed.
Kapil Sharma any day.
Yeah. Okay. Point taken. Last question for this buzz around. If you had unlimited budget, all right, what crazy over the top marketing stunt would you plug off for Sabhyata?
I'm a firm believer. Any crazy campaign or any crazy thing that has happened, it has
Mm.
nothing to do with budgets.
All right. That was a smart one.
Brands can have unlimited budgets, and I mean, I've seen brands, you know, brand ads and campaigns that have
Mm.
not worked, and they've spent enormous money into a campaign. So
Yeah.
I am a firm believer.
All
It's
right.
all about the creativity and how you think. Even a,
Nice.
even a small thing can lead to a very big campaign. Trust me on that.
Yeah. No, I do agree. I've done some of those campaigns which were zero budget and they turned out to be really beautiful. And
Right.
results were enormous. But yeah,
Hmm.
how
You
people,
can take Sabita's example only.
yeah.
We we have very limited budgets, and we try to bring out the best
Yeah,
from
that's
those.
right. Okay. Coming back to the main questions. Personalization has always been considered as a marketing key. How does Sabhyata tailor its marketing to create a personalized experience for its customer online and offline? Both.
Okay. See, India is a diverse nation.
Yeah.
So I travel a lot. I
Mhm.
really travel a lot. I've been to South India, I've been to Punjab, then East. So I
Mhm.
trust me that, the taste, the the fabric specifications,
Mm-hmm.
the colors,
Mm-hmm.
the sizes. It's
Yeah.
actually different. It's actually different if you talk about at Pan India. I'll tell you, there's a
All right.
specific kind of there's a specific kind of designs who are only working in South. They're
Mm-hmm.
not as popular in North. The
Wow.
designs and the fabrics which are extremely popular in North are a failure in South.
Wow.
So we have to understand the market at a very deep level
Mm-hmm.
to from the customer's satisfaction
Mm-hmm.
also and from the marketing.
Right.
So now I'll tell you an example wherein when we had launched our first store in Kolkata.
Mm-hmm.
So we made an ad which was not an ad exactly, it was a kind of a commercial
All right.
wherein we took all the Kolkata actors, the music, the
Mm-hmm.
locations, everything was Kolkata based.
All right.
So so you need to, be in the customer's mind and, tell him that, you are a localite, you know, local brand to them. You
Mm-hmm.
have to have that personalization for that particular reason to
Definitely.
create that. So now when we had launched our store in Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
so Bangalore, we had a all entirely different campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep it very simple,
Mm-hmm.
a Deepika Padukone won't work in South India.
Yeah.
A Tamanna or a Samantha
Will definitely
would do
work.
justice. And
Yeah.
if you take an example of Ranveer Singh,
Mm.
Ranveer Singh could be a complete failure, and it
Yeah.
could be Allu Arjun any
Yeah.
day, right?
Any day,
So
people love
any
him.
day. So
Yeah.
you have to have that, thought process wherein that what is that can impact your brand in that particular region, which is very important. The
That's the.
customization, not even marketing, I think the customization in the products, the fabrics, the colors, it
Mhm.
it plays a very important role, very very important role.
A lot of apparel brands will relate to it for sure. Because.
For sure, but I see a lot of them doing campaigns wherein they are not taking local celebrities,
Mhm.
which personally I would prefer personally for
Mhm.
my brand.
Yeah.
That, abhi now I think we are launching our first store in Vijayawada. So I'm just, thinking, whom should we actually take as
Right.
a face. And now
Mm.
we're also entering Gujarat, wherein
Mm.
we're also, finding a local face. We
Mm.
can always, have big celebrities doing it, but that won't have any impact on that particular region, right?
Yeah.
So that is very important.
The face of the brand is basically more related to the regional audience. If you actually go and have a match for that, a lot of people will tend to relate to your brand more rather than anyone else.
Right,
Right. So, but
right.
it's a great idea. I have worked with a lot of designers while I was in HT. One thing I've seen that there's a tag that has been related to it, but
Hmm.
I think that they miss is the local culture, the local folk.
Local culture.
They might,
But I'll tell you one exception.
yeah, which one? I love to know.
Manevar.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's so true actually. They have their own presence.
That's the only brand that I envy from the marketing point of view.
Uh,
One is they have extremely great campaigns
yeah,
and extreme budgets also.
yeah, that's
so
true.
so I mean, personally, if you ask me, I think Manevar is the one which impresses me a lot in terms of marketing, how they market their product.
Wow. There's a wedding at the home. One thing that will come to their mind will be we should go to
Hmm.
Manyavar and check it out at least.
Manevar.
Yeah, that's a
Right,
good
right,
fact
right.
because they have positioned themselves in that way. And everyone wants to wear that as well. Even if you want to go, if you don't want to go to a designer segment, you'll always go to
Hmm.
Manyavar for sure. I've seen
I'll
this.
I'll tell you their tagline
Mhm.
was,
I
you
remember
must know
that.
that.
Yeah.
Remember that. For this particular line,
Mhm.
it's a very normal line, right?
Right.
And, and an agency can charge as much as 50 lakh for this particular line.
Oh
And
man.
so that is why I say that, the marketing has nothing to do with only agencies or only, big companies. It
Mm-mm.
is very generic. It's a very, I mean, how do I explain that? आपको बस लोगों की समझ होनी चाहिए.
Mm.
You should
Right.
you should be, aware of your belongings.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It is as simple as that.
Mm.
If you can
Right.
understand your customer,
Mm.
you can be the biggest marketer in the world.
That's true. Even I relate to it. Within a small stint of my career in marketing, I have realized one thing. If until and unless you know your salespeople very well, Until you know that what is happening with your prospects and your customers, you'll be the guru of your company and people will love you like anything. The only thing is,
Right, right.
all right, let's wrap up the episode. The last question for you is, festival seasons, like we discussed earlier, has always been a trigger
Mhm.
point for Sabhyata, and it has given you that kind of opportunity. Can you share some of the insights and how that is very relevant to you? And how do you wait for that special moment of the festival season to come in and bring that kind of awareness for the people?
Okay, I think when we were in school time, I
Mhm.
think we all have studied the basic marketing.
Yeah.
Everyone knows four P's of marketing, right?
Mhm.
Product, place, price, and promotion, right? Now, since last 4 to 5 years, things have changed.
Definitely.
Now there are eight P's or
Mm,
seven P's in
mm,
marketing.
yeah.
So now it's product, then it's price,
Mm,
it's promotion, it's the
mm,
place,
mm,
it's the performance. I
right.
told you that, without performance, I mean, if you're spending enormous amount of money on marketing, no one would be hiring you because
Yeah,
they need results. So
definitely.
performance is one thing. Then process,
Mm,
process as in you have to have a certain kind of a process wherein you can bring best out of any campaign.
yeah,
And the challenge, I think any marketer should take that challenge, that how to execute the best of the campaigns in minimum budgets.
yeah,
That
definitely.
process needs to be followed. And
Mm,
then most importantly, people, that is your customer,
yeah.
right? And I think festivities, coming to festivities, I think I was referring to the performance. Why? Because for any ethnic wear brand, I think these 3 months, festive months, are the most relevant time for any brand,
Yeah,
because your 30 to 35% revenue comes, your entire annual revenue comes from these 2 months.
definitely.
And following festive season is would be your winter season, which
Mhm.
is dominant in north but not South India. And festive, you have to create that perception in the mind of the customer, that if anyone thinks of any function, any haldi, mehendi, anything,
Mhm.
the first thing that should come to their mind should be, and I don't mind if Manyavar is coming to their mind when it comes to the male
Wedding.
audience, but when it comes to the female audiences, I think Sabhyata should be the only name that should come in the customer's mind. And I think what is the win-win situation for a brand. When you
Mm,
think of jeans, the
yeah.
first what would be the first brand that comes in your mind? It would be Levi's, right?
Rice. Yeah, definitely.
Levi's or Aeropostale or any other brand.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge for any fashion brand in this changing time is that how do you come in those two or three brands that comes
In the
in
first
mind?
head.
You
Yeah.
gave an example, right? Your mother, when she thinks of ethnic, she would say Sabhyata, or she
Mm,
would go for Biba, right?
yeah.
These are two names. And
Right.
that is the challenge for every brand, because,
Mm,
from last 6 to 7 years,
right.
private labels, and they are doing extremely well on Instagrams.
Mm-hmm.
They have
Yeah.
grown 7 times in
Yeah.
last 6 years.
Oh
And
God.
that is actually a challenge for us,
Mm,
for because they are online players and they can always manipulate the prices and then
that's
give
true.
those deep discountings. But when
Mm,
it comes to retail, it's a
yeah.
very difficult task to match the online and offline prices.
That's right.
So it's a I mean, I can have an entire day and go into the details, but I think, but yes, any brand during festivities, a marketer should always think on those lines, that any name, any brand name, or any first three brand names that should come in the customer's mind, you
Mm.
should be one of them. If you are able to do that, you'll be sailing through easily. There'll be no problems.
Wow, amazing. I was about to ask you that what would you give as an advice? And this is the biggest one. Trust me.
I think for any marketer, if you are promoting any brand, any product, if you are able to come in the first three preferences that the customer has, I
Yeah.
think you have won the battle.
Wow. And I totally relate to it. I understand that how difficult, especially with the fast pace the fashion industry is moving, it's very important to be on the head of your customers who are working on it. All right. Thank you so much, Chen, for sharing these valuable insights into
Thank you.
I know that we can talk endlessly, but I have to end this episode and maybe we can come up with the second episode for sure. I like to give a special note to Chayan. Chayan, you have really done an incredible job in building Sabhyata, right? And I really know that people who have worked with you would really feel the same. So thank you so much for doing justice to a brand like this. And also, before we leave, Chayan is hiring for an influencer marketer role. Whosoever is interested, he's an amazing person to work for. So
Yes.
thank you so much to our listeners. Don't forget to check out Das latest collection. Get ready for more captivating discussions on Brand Talkies, a Kada PT show. Until next time, stay stylish. And remember to catch our show on your favorite audio platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, or even on YouTube. We are here to bring you conversations that can elevate your marketing game like anything. So stay tuned.